Can you be a successful vlogger without using YouTube at all? Like, can you just vlog on Instagram? And I mean, Facebook's not really a video kind of platform, and neither is Twitter, right? I mean,
For
so
sure.
so
For
what
sure.
if YouTube is just like too, I mean, we have YouTube obviously here for Win TV, but that's where on demand is. But I don't think I've ever put anything up there. Maybe that's just because the way of our business is. I don't put anything up there on a daily basis. And I would only use Instagram to vlog. Is that not?
No, I mean, of course you can be successful like just using that, but the whole point is to like really trial everything, test everything out first. You really want to start broad and then start narrowing down on what's working and what's not. You say that a lot of people aren't on YouTube, or what were you saying? Like, that some certain people don't use certain things, so it's like, then don't put your energy into that. But if you know that there's an audience there, then definitely make sure you're doing something to like, really cater to them. And you can absolutely just use Instagram and just like really blow up. But do make sure you're doing a lot more on Instagram too.
Mm.
If you're using 5 different platforms and you have 5 pieces of content, make sure they're all spread out. But if you have 5 pieces of content and you only want to use Instagram, make sure you're still doing that 5 pieces of content. Make sure you're keeping that number up, and just doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on Instagram. I like to try a lot of different things because I want to see what's gonna stick. But if you feel like Instagram's like your powerhouse and that's the only thing you want to use, just make sure you're putting everything into that.
I think our issue is that our audiences are different for each social media, and
Yeah.
it's trying to cater to that. As Twitter, we definitely use more for businesses, and we engage with other businesses that way. But and Instagram is more like a day in the life of Win TV,
Mhm.
and Facebook is just more like informational. Like, here's what's coming up,
Yeah.
And so it's kind of trying to create content in those 3 ways. And then Snapchat we have, but we just use it when the kids are here in the
Mhm.
summertime.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of work to, like, how do you?
Oh no, it is.
You know,
See, that's the thing.
do you do
just
three,
got-
or do you just do one really well? Is kind of like. Or do you,
but that's up to you to decide after you've tested everything. Like, try everything out first and then see what's gonna work. Like, but that's all. Like that. This is why like this is a whole job within itself. Like,
Yeah.
any type of business that you have, you might as well just turn it like the way to tell yourself. Just turn it into a media company. And just produce all your own media from podcasting to audio. And then what you can do with that, to like, instead of like thinking that you have to create different types of content for different places, take one big thing. Like, for an example, this video that I'm using, I'm gonna chop it up and use it in millions of different ways. It's not just gonna be one video. I'll probably take a lot of audio and make a podcast out of it, like a 15-minute podcast. I'll take clips, like 30-second clips of this, and start sprinkling it on my Instagram. I'll take the whole video and then put it up on YouTube, and then send that link to everyone who wants education. I'll post up that same whole video on YouTube as well, and then keep track of what's working. All right, so a lot of people are responding to the whole video because there's a lot of information there. I'm not really getting anything on the podcast, so I'm not going to do anything, too informational or educational on the podcast. So, it's really, it's a lot of trial and error. But you obviously know what's like, who's doing what. Do more of it. Just do more.
So you can have one thing, but you can repurpose it to, you just present it differently.
Just
So
present-
so you might have something on Instagram and it's the same thing, but you're gonna
You put a twist to it. You
put a twist to
exactly.
it for Twitter or Facebook.
For something else, exactly. So say, you have an event coming up and you want to use this little piece of this video that I say or something like that, and you want to put that up on Facebook. Use that and take that little clip. You want to put the whole thing up, something like I said, you put it up on YouTube and send a link everywhere. Yeah, it's like I said, it's trial and error, but that's why you got to be consistent, because you got to know what's going to work.
Right.
If you're not trying different things, you don't know what's going to work. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but you don't have to like really put your energy into like trying to make all these different types of content. You can take one big thing and just really chop it down and use it, and it's you want to work hard and smart. Like that's definitely the goal. Email lists are very important still. They're so prevalent. Like, and I'm actually like really paying attention to my email list now, because I'm gonna start doing a newsletter, and I'm really trying to really get that email community going.
How did you get it?
Well, I've been working with businesses for 3 years, so I kind of just accumulated. But I cold call all the time. I still cold call all the time. I do research. I go to LinkedIn. I'll look up all the emails that are available to me, write them down, and then say I'm gonna do a blast email of my link, which is my portfolio, something personalized. Don't just have like a scripted thing that you send out to everybody. Have a base, but say, hey, so and so, like actually say their name. Like, I've seen your Instagram. This is what I do. I've seen your Instagram page. Looks awesome. Always start with a compliment. But it could use this, that, and the third, and like let's set up a meeting. So that's my tactic. That's what I do. So try everything. You got to try everything.
Can you post too many times a day? Is it annoying if you Instagram too many times?
I think you can.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not.
I don't. Like I said, it depends on what you do. So say if you're in real estate and you have like all these types of different things going on, yeah, post 5 times a day because you got 5 houses. So yeah, post all those houses up. If you're working on a painting or something like that, yeah, post that. Do a time lapse of like you painting something. Turn one into a picture. Have the video out on your Instagram story, and then do a little shortened video with some music behind it or something on your Instagram. Like just break that up and redistribute. Go from there. And like I said, just do as much as you can. Like that's like I said, consistency. Just do it all. Yeah.
So this might just be like a personal preference, but when I post something on Instagram,
Yeah.
my captions are always so long because I feel like I need to get all the information out there. But then I follow like my sister. She's super cool. She'll just have like a word or two, and like Instagram goes crazy. Like how? But she doesn't have like hers isn't like a business one. It's a personal one.
Yeah. How many followers does she have?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could look.
Yeah.
I mean, more than me, so
Yeah.
that's a goal.
Well, you see, you kind of already said it yourself already. She's super cool. So no, I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything like that. But like, nah, yeah, but that
Must
that's.
be talking about Katie.
Oh yeah. So I guess just like, do you think it's better to be like brief, or does it depend on your voice? Like what?
I was just gonna say it depends. It does depend on your voice.
Okay.
If you feel like you have a lot of information to give, maybe instead of putting it all on a caption, maybe put it on on an actual picture, and just maybe like add to the caption to it, and it could be a little shorter. I don't know if you guys, I suggest you guys follow Gary Vaynerchuk. Like he's I'm always researching his stuff. His captions are like a page long, but he breaks them up into little paragraphs, and he's always like saying something and then something else and then something else, and then at the end say comment hey if you like it, or tag a friend if they need to see this. He'll always end it with a prompt. And you want to have that strategy in there. You want to start off by giving some valuable information, like, oh, art is beautiful, art is this, so soothing, it can treat depression, it can do this, activate the left brain, or say all that stuff, and then say, if you like what I just said, go check out my story, go check out this, go check out my YouTube, where I do time lapse, where I do that, do a lot of directing, use that for your captions too, but like, if you feel like you're doing too much information, try conveying that message also, like, some other way. Make a picture with the words on it, or put a story and do a text on the story, because on Instagram story you could do a text thing and just put it up there, and make sure you direct people to that. Be like, oh, this, if you're interested in this, well, check out my page for more information. You don't have to just throw it all on. I mean, but you could too, though. At the end of the day, you really want to know your audience too. It's so important to know who your audience is. Don't get narrow. Like there is a big enough audience. If you're narrow, you don't have to be so general. That you don't have to do that. Get very specific. Know exactly who your audience is. Target them. Engage with them. They'll engage back with you, and then you're smooth sailing. Yeah. And that's what I like to do. I like to batch content. I like to spend a good 2 weeks and just building content. A lot of macro stuff first, and then just breaking those down, and then everything from picture to written to audio to visual. Just do it all, and whatever gets the most engagement, pay attention to it, double down on it. You put out a video of just you standing there with a cup of water and just drinking, and no one views it. Don't do that no more. It's the truth. Like because people think by doing the same thing you're gonna get different results. No, that's not how it works. If it's been up there for a week and there's no engagement, you gotta try something else. And it doesn't have to be a video. It can be audio. It can be you can have a podcast solely on Disney and just talk about everything Disney, and that could work as opposed to you just sitting on a table and talking about it. But if you have a lot of gadgets that you're using, it makes sense to do a video because people need to see it. So just really know what you got to do, and then just try a bunch of different things.
I just want to say, the best bit of advice, I was looking around the YouTube about, making videos. This one guy said, don't show me your first video. Don't even think about it. Show me your 50th video.
Well,
That's when you're going to get more comfortable. Like relax. You're going to feel terrible for the first few.
Oh,
Just
no.
keep going and don't judge yourself till your 50th video.
that's good advice.
It gave me
Yeah.
a lot of looseness. So.
Well, that's why you have to do a lot. That's why I just urge you, just do it. Just keep doing it. Be consistent, and just pay attention to what you're doing so that you know what works, and just doubling down on that.
Yeah.
But you got to do it. Yeah.
And he still said, put up some of your videos, even if they're not the best. Just
Oh,
it's
it took me
okay.
such a long time to accept that. I'm such a perfectionist, and it took me a while to just be like, you know what, forget it. Like, just put it up. I put up a picture the other day, my eyes are crossed. I'm like, hey, at least I'm focused on something, right? Make fun of it, be comfortable with it. It's okay. It's okay. I must have had like 3 people here. Your eyes are crossed? I'm like, yeah, I know.